Boom, hit play, sit down. I'm going to meditate. Well, all we need to do is observe thinking. You create a bit of a separate, right? There's an observer and then there's thoughts. You're actually not your thoughts. You're not the one who thinks. You're just the one who observes thinking. This might be kind of strange at first. What do you mean? Well, just sit with it. It's actually a comfortable place to be as you're sitting there, following your breath in, following your breath out. And you're just noticing what physical sensations are there. Just trying to become aware of your breath. So what happens pretty immediately, right? We start to notice a bunch of other things. Oh, there's some noise over there. My knee kind of hurts. My posture, I need to work on my posture. I've been trying to work on my posture for a long time. Well, my work makes me kind of sit down and hunch back. Oh, I'm thinking again. I suck at meditation. We go off into this whole thinking world, right? But when we notice that we've been gone off into this thinking world, or we're focusing on some knee pain, or trying to justify some story about ourselves, or rekindling some old argument from 4 days ago, we notice, oh shoot, I'm meditating. I decided that I wanted to stick to this time. I dedicated this time. I hit play on this thing. I hit start on this timer. I said I'm going to do this thing. And there I was. Dang it. But when you notice, dang it. Return to the breath. That's the practice right there. So no parts of that. So you need to shut off thinking. It's just that when you do notice thinking, you return to breathing. You're always going to notice thinking. Even people who study meditation for years and years and years and years, they're doing the same thing. They have days where they're probably locked in really quickly. They probably have deeper levels of meditation than someone who just started, but they still have thinking thoughts. They still have desires. They still have thoughts about themselves. Being a human, it comes with having an ego. It comes with having a character that plays a role in a society. And that's not who you are. It's part of who you are. And what can happen when you meditate is you get comfortable with sitting in the one who observes. And you notice when you're caught off in some sort of story. You're practicing following your breath in meditation. You don't have anything else going on. You set aside everything else in your day. Your phone's on do not disturb. You're just dedicating this time to meditation. Well, breathing, following your breath, where you choose one thing to focus on. It's not something special about the breath itself. It's just choosing one thing and committing to placing your attention on it. And when you do float away, you just return to that thing. And some days, it'll be amazing. Some days you will, oh man, it feels like you followed the breath the whole time. I don't know if I thought at all. That was awesome. And you feel great afterwards. And then the very next day, you might notice you were thinking only 3 times over the course of 10 minutes. And you were just, oh geez. And then afterwards, you don't even feel like, I wanted to feel like I did yesterday. Well, that's not how it is. It's learning how to be a human. And how to be a human, it's not as consistent as we want it to be. Some days we're just caught up in thinking. Maybe it's something we ate, something that happened, something we're waiting on, something we're thinking of, some depression, some anxiety, all the human, just the whole big thing, right? We're experiencing the whole thing. And what meditation is doing is that it's preparing you to better sit in the seat of yourself as you go about the world. It's not trying to turn off your thoughts. Over time, you might notice that there's a bit of a knob that turns down the volume of your thoughts, or perhaps a bit of the doorway to thoughts, and noticing them, being the observer of thoughts and not thinking that you are the thoughts. It does start to expand a little bit. If you just practice meditation, you give it 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 15, whatever you can get, you do start to notice, within a couple of weeks, I really think that most people would notice some subtle differences of, oh, I think if I wasn't meditating, I think I probably would have reacted in a way that doesn't really benefit what I want out of life, or it doesn't really map out to the scene that's actually in front of me, right? Sometimes we bring all this anger or emotion or, you know, all this stuff to a situation, and it kind of makes the situation worse. And then afterwards we're going, man, why did I do that? Well, meditation helps you have a little bit of that distance, enough distance to where you almost see where you would have had that reaction. You almost like watch your mind go, oh, it's like I'm having those thoughts right now of taking off on that on ramp that I normally would have, that I always do, that same reactionary self. But I'm not gonna, I'm fine. And so you're less captured with thinking. It's not about stopping thinking. And this doesn't really need to be your end goal. You don't really need to focus on an end goal. Honestly, trust the everyday process. As consistent as you can be. If you miss a day, if you miss a couple days, it's okay. You don't have to have a timer if that doesn't work for you. You don't have to have a consecutive days if that doesn't work for you. There's all kinds of apps. There's all kinds of YouTube videos. There's all kinds of tutorials. Just choose whatever way works for you and get in as much as you can. Nobody is here to take your report card. You're not getting a degree in it at the end. You know what I mean? It's just for your benefit, any amount that you can get, sitting down, practicing, observing your thoughts. You're not trying to stop them. You don't have to. It's not really part of it, honestly. You're not in control of that anyway. I wish we could stop thoughts. That would be nice, right? If that was a superpower that I could just turn it off. I don't know. I've been meditating a lot the last 7 years, and I haven't been very successful stopping thoughts myself. So, but I have gotten a lot better at observing my thoughts and not letting them carry me down streams towards waterfalls that really don't benefit my morals and my values and what I want to bring to the world and who I want to be, you know? So I hope that helps. Butterfly Steps, I love that name. I cannot ever shut off my thoughts enough to meditate. Butterfly Steps, you don't have to. And that's a great question. Thank you for asking it. So next time you sit down to meditate, don't try to just allow it. Like, don't even try it a little bit. Don't even try to at all shut them off or push them away or try to only focus on following your breath. Just sit down, follow your breath. That's just the one thing you're going to focus on. No big deal about the breath. And then inevitably it's going to happen. I promise you, you'll float away into thinking. And then you'll notice, oh, shoot, I was thinking. Be nice to yourself. Be gentle. That's an important thing. Just be like, oh, okay, no big deal. Be like a homie egging yourself on, right? Like a friend. Like, oh, no, you got this. Right back. The physical sensations of breathing in and out. And you just keep doing that for 10 minutes, whatever it is. Just, I would recommend setting a timer. Make the timer gentle. Turn your phone on airplane mode. Turn off the TV. It doesn't have to be totally quiet. Maybe suddenly there's a dog barking. Maybe there is a TV on, whatever it is. You don't have to have total quiet, but get as comfortable as you can control. You can only control what you can control, right? Set yourself up, set your timer, and commit to it. And maybe you only return to your breath 2 times. Maybe it's 1 time. Maybe it's 14 times. Maybe you don't feel amazing afterwards today, but trust me, give it a chance. Just from my personal experience, it's been really wonderful. And more often than not, I feel better at the end of my meditation. So give it a try. Hope that helps.